So, got a little shirt. Somebody done sent me. Nice little crypto shirt with all these different crypto symbols. So, we've got all these like unconfirmed reports out of China. They're completely banning ICOs. No, they're not completely banning them. They're shutting down the exchanges. They're not shutting down the exchange. Like, you know, it's third, you know, heard of what I like to call REO Speedwagon syndrome. Heard it from a friend who, heard it from a friend who, heard it from another, you've been shutting down. Anyways, so here's an interesting little article from Cointelegraph, and I feel exactly the same way. I mean, I feel exactly the same way. Every time there's a waterfall sell-off, whatever, it always recovers. And there's always people emailing me and saying, Joe, I loaded up. When it fell, I loaded up some more. And guess what? I've doubled my money, or close to doubling, or whatever it was, or you know, 50% higher, whatever it ends up being. And I've done, you know, said this myself how many times now, and then watched it recover. So, their title of their article is "Great Time to Buy Bitcoin as Unreliable Sources from China Spook Markets." As usual, there is a massive overreaction from news coming from China. It's possible to say that the basis of the latest announcement that China is banning ICOs and exchanges is unreliable, as there has been no formal statement from a government official yet. The origin of the news was a Google translated article from a Chinese journalist who apparently had spoken to some official. You know, so they claim. So the news is 3 layers from the original source. Last time China banned or wanted to stop Bitcoin, they reversed the situation some months after. So we all, as of right now, have a fantastic buying opportunity across the board. Bitcoin, $3,500 as I'm sitting here right now. Ethereum, $241. Litecoin, $48. Remember where that sucker was the other day? $86. 48. Right? That's pretty much half. So it's dropped half from the high. Now, Bitcoin, of course, only been around, you know, roughly $4,600 around that time. It's down to 34 or 3,500. That's not half. Ethereum as well. It's not half. 241. If it was, it'd be near $500. That's not half. So again, I'm telling you, if I had to pick something right now out of the 3 main coins, I'm not talking about ICOs, tokens, ERC20 tokens. If I had to pick one of the main 3 tokens to load the boat on right now, which I mean, it'd be Litecoin. And the question I have for everybody, is it going to go lower? Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. We have these nonsensical reports. I don't know if it's going to go much lower. I really don't. I think the carnage is probably about to stop and it's about to reverse. Could it go a little bit lower? Sure. Don't know the exact amounts. Who does? But I mean, I got lucky last time and nailed some Litecoin at like $37, which was like right at the low. And I'm telling you right now, looking at Litecoin at $48, yeah, it may go a little lower today, but it might not. They may start recovering. It's hard to say. But even at that, $48. You know, it's not exactly, it didn't come down exactly half, but close to half of the $86. You know, 48 would be $96, would be half. But it was $86, I mean, it was close. So the one that's lost the most from its high thus far is Litecoin. I'm just talking about the main 3 coins right now. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. OMG coin is down to $9, actually $8.98. That's the one that Cliff High's data is saying 4th quarter this year, look out below. And believe me, I'm watching OMG coin. If by chance the hemorrhaging doesn't stop and keeps going, and for some reason OMG is just getting hammered below even the 750 where I got in at, and keeps going down, I will be liquidating some ETH in exchange for, of course, not liquidating it, but in exchange for OMG. The good news is OMG coin, you can do it right on the Exodus wallet now. You have to go to, I think, settings and then assets, and then check the box that says OMG, then it shows up. Then you can trade some of your Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever the heck you got in there, Ethereum, directly for some X number of whatever coin, in this case OMG. So I'm watching these. Let me finish reading some of this. Again, the last time China banned or wanted to stop Bitcoin, they reversed the situation some months after. Remember, China may have, have many laws preventing capital flight, money leaving China, and we are not used to laws being verbally unsubstantiated, statements or verbal unsubstantiated statements from non-government officials, like this journalist. Are some people having an agenda to pump Bitcoin and spook the market? This news may actually be doing everyone a favor, as it is likely to be the last time you can buy Bitcoin at these levels. We have just had it gifted to us, a 30% return as Bitcoin dipped below $4,000 and then returned to business as usual. However, Ethereum may not be so lucky. Bitcoin isn't the issue here, it's Ether, which is largely the hub of the ICO community that is likely to take a pounding with the Ethereum network struggling to keep pace with demand. ICOs are, after all, the pump for Ether, and it is likely that ETH will continue to rise for the time being. Which, again, they're all going down. Again, here's why I'm telling you, there's more to that article, but I just want to quote a few things. Why I really, really like Litecoin. They said in the near future, you're going to be able, not you and I, but any of these people out there who want to do ICOs, you'll be able to use Litecoin and ride on the Litecoin network or blockchain as opposed to Ethereum. Right now, Ethereum was the go-to, crypto for ICOs because they could do interesting things with their tokens on that network, on the Ethereum network. And they are not interchangeable or intercompatible, such as they can all talk to Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum. It doesn't work that way. It had to ride on the Ethereum network, that blockchain. If Litecoin comes out, again, they're gearing up to do this. They've already run a test on the Lightning Network anyways, but when you start to hear, hey, if you got an ICO, use the Litecoin network, it's ready, and some companies come out, and again, I told you, there's going to be instances, there has to be, when companies come out and need extremely fast, you transfer that token, it's instant practically, dink, 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 that fast. There's going to be applications that need, have the need for speed. And it will be the Litecoin network that offers that incredible speed. That's not to say that Ethereum couldn't fork again and make some major changes to, speed things up, so to speak. Same with Bitcoin, same with some of the other ones. But again, Litecoin's already been there. It's already super fast. It's ready to go. It has that space kind of available to itself right now. Even Dashcoin's pretty fast too, but it is not Litecoin. And with Litecoin at $48 and possibly going even further, let me tell you something. If I start to see the number 3 in front of Litecoin, like 30 something, I may have to jump in there. But I'm going to be watching OMG also. That's another one that, again, Cliff High said should do quite well by the fourth quarter, or sometime during, during the fourth quarter of this year, according to his data. So, again, this is another spook story. It's nonsense. It's right on the heels of Jamie Dimon's nonsense. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of collusion in the background between this supposed journalist and, the club putting out this crap story to say, hey, what Jamie Dimon just said is true. We had a bunch of YouTubers and people and alternative media come out and bash Jamie Dimon, but look, it's all crashing. He was right. Well, I got a web bot. I got a web bot report in my pocket. In the other hand's giving a high five. Alanis Morissette, thank you. High five to all my peeps, because we're going to be riding these cryptos. Now, yes, I will tell you, it does suck for you if you don't have any more, money on the side to play this game right now, because it is a great time to jump in on this. However, if you don't, you're just going to have to wait for it to go back to where it was price-wise and then continue the climb. So here's another possibility, right? It is a possibility. The government, the government has decided we're intervening in Bitcoin, Litecoin, all these damn coins. We are intervening. It can go right to coin market cap. Look at the top 50 or 100, whatever, coins. That's where all the money's at. That's where the biggest bang is, right? Billions of dollars. And they can just go in and buy up whatever they can, slowly, right? They can't buy it up too fast. So they'll buy it all up. This is the only way they can manipulate it. They can't print fake ETF, paper futures, nothing. They have to physically buy that stuff. So if the government is buying it, and not is, but has been, let's say, over recent times, has been buying up a bunch of this stuff, and is now Jamie Dimon, and cue Jamie Dimon, and he gives a speech, and cue the Chinese triple translated, heard it from a friend, REO Speedwagon syndrome. All right, now we've got little action going. Now we're going to flood the market with sell orders of all the stuff we've accumulated. So the government has to sell. So once it sells, again, this is a possibility, and that's why I'm saying it. The government sells. Now how do they manipulate the market? They just sold off their stash, causing a waterfall event, thus giving you and I a phenomenal buying opportunity in the process, and we're going to go back in and buy and ride it back up. And then the government's going to have to make a decision. We're going to have to buy back again too. And if we're buying and all the people are buying, that's a whole lot of buying for a lot of people not selling. The price is going to go way back up. And then the government would have to try to do it again after Bitcoin's, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, do it again, drops again. You and I jump in, let's buy up some more. Same thing happens again, and they're doing us a fantastic favor, trying to keep everybody away from it. So it is a double-edged sword. They should have just left it alone. That is a possibility. I can't sit here and say that I know it's happening, and that's it. That's what this is. No, I can't say that. It could be the Chinese story. There's a lot of Chinese behind Bitcoin in that blockchain. If you remember, if you go to Fiat Leak, like fiat currency, Fiat Leak, I think .com, fiatleak.com, it shows a flat map of the Earth, China, America, and I remember this is months and months and months ago. I would show that screen live, and you'd see these big Bitcoin orders just flowing in and out of China, into China, and then a little trickle, one or two little small ones over here to America, huge ones, China, little trickle of a little bit in America, when prior to that America was all the action, most of the action I should say. And all of a sudden China woke up, the sleeping giant woke up and jumped into Bitcoin. And you would see massive transactions happening in China and hardly anything happening in the US. I checked in the morning, afternoon, at night, it did not matter. China was king. So it is possible that because of this news, whether it's ultimately nonsense, heard it from a friend who heard it from another, and nothing to see here, or whether there is something, China is trying to crack down, but then comes the realization later, like they have so far, we're going to have to reverse some of that. Never mind. There still is not a full official government announcement about this. This is a journalist who said he talked to a government official. And it was, translated to English. Come on. So, yeah, maybe Chinese are scared. Maybe other people are scared. Everyone's, run to the exit, and everyone's selling. That's a possibility. The only other possibility is the government who has been accumulating, and then, perfect timing, unload. And it's going to unload along with the other people unloading, stampeding. And then those of us who are smart look at this and say, Dear Mr. Government, dear Mr. Fake News, dear Mr. China journalist, I want to take this time, dedicate this time right now in this video to thank you. To thank you very, very much. Because you just gave us all a fantastic buying opportunity. Some of you may have been getting into Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, whatever, as it was just high recently. This is what we call an opportunity to cost average. So if you're in at $330 Ethereum and it's $241 right now, you could buy some more now. Thus the difference being what the cost average is. 330, 241, you're somewhere in the middle of that, whatever. Right? So that way when it goes back past 300, you're already in the in the green, whatever. But do I even remotely kind of look concerned? Absolutely not. Why? I don't know, it's probably the 4th or 5th time this has happened. Now, we didn't have rapid garbage news. ICOs are being shut down in China. Exchanges are shutting down in China. Jamie Dimon, triple whammy news to really knock it down day after day, next day, 3 days, 4 days, But again, that means it's an even better buying opportunity. So yeah, if you don't have any access to any more cash right now to buy some of this stuff, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you just wait. It's going to come back up. It always has. It has every single time. And we'll just see where this goes. But again, I'm watching specifically right now Litecoin prices and OMG. Still roughly $9 for OMG. I got in at $7.50. Some of you got in around that same price, $8. But Litecoin 40, back in the 40s. Remember when it was 42 when I first came out? Hey, Cliff High says, man, it's going to triple digits. Triple digit money coming to Litecoin sometime in the near future. It jumped up to $86. Not right after I said that, not right after he gave the information, but a little bit later. After the successful Lightning Network thing, I think, happened, all that, it pushed the price up. So anyways, you have a good buying opportunity in Litecoin, OMG. I mean, across the board you do, but again, man, I think Litecoin got hit quite hard when you look at what the prices of everything else was. And out of the main coins, Litecoin, I think, has fallen the furthest right now, which to me, again, that might be the one I'd put more funds into right now. If I had an opportunity right this second and I had to make a decision, that would probably be the one I jumped on right now. But I do want to watch OMG in case it comes way down too, in other words, if this isn't done yet. Let me just say, could you imagine if more news comes out, and again, this could be a coordinated effort by government or governments. Next thing you know, Ethereum sub $100, Litecoin down to 2,000, or Bitcoin down to 2,000, Litecoin in the 20s. I will come up with some cash in a flipping hurry to get in on some of that. Let me just tell you. That'd be one of those opportunities where if someone said to me, Joe, I only got access to a credit card. You may be putting that baby on standby to max it out. $20 something Litecoin? Stand by for maxing out of your credit card. I would. I'll tell you right now, if I saw something like that, $20-something Litecoin all of a sudden, which would mean like $100, Ethereum, $80, $90 Ethereum, please. I would jump on that so flipping fast. My head would spin. So, anyways, we'll see what happens over the next day or 2 or 3, whatever. Is it going to come down more? Is it pretty much bottoming now? Is there going to be another news story that push it down again? Which is why you're probably saying, well, man, wait, $48 sounds good to me for Bitcoin or for Litecoin. But wait a minute, what if it does come down even more? $30-something sounds even better, doesn't it? And could you imagine if it was crazy, it went to like 20? Bitcoin 2,000 again, Ethereum $100, I'll find a way. I will find a way quite quickly to come up with some cash. I'm not going to liquidate my other coins because they're going down with it, right? They all go down collectively. They're all priced in Ethereum and other stuff, basically. So when the Ethereum's way down, your coins are way down. What's the point, Like unloading some of your tokens. There's no point. So this is an instance where you have to have your hands on cash, credit card, whatever it is, in order to do something like this. Because you can go right to Coinbase, right to Gemini, do a transfer. Yep, I want to buy something at this price. Bang, done. And then, okay, we'll see you in 5 days, when it clears, whatever. Fine, but you're locked in at today's price anyways. So, Are we going down further? Is it staying the same? Is it about to recover? Who knows, and I don't care. Only thing I would say is I'm still going to wait a little bit on the sidelines, but I'm going to be watching. If we start to see a recovery, 50-something dollar Litecoin, Ethereum back 240, 260, 280 up, you know it's recovery mode. Again, how the hell are you going to actually time the bottom? It's so incredibly hard. No one can do it by, you know, oh, I'm a chart expert. No. You may get one lucky shot or something. Oh, look, I called it. Yeah, good for you. But it's a great price right now. But if you really want to chance it, you may want to wait a little longer and see if you can get an even better price. And again, my eye is on Litecoin the most. Take care.